All right, y'all, welcome back to another podcast. You know we're going to keep it going with all the game and giving you all type of creatives that y'all can create with. And today we got LaMarcus, the upcoming cinematographer out of North Carolina. This man drove all the way from North Carolina to Atlanta to get some new connects. He on a mission right now. We're going to let him tell y'all a little bit about it. But within this story, I'm the eyeball on this couch. This is Couch Talk. I'm the eyeball. I did not go to film school. And both of these individuals went to the same film school. So they're going to give you all the insight, all the game on all their perspectives within film school. And I got a big question. What was the outcome? You know, everybody want to know. Everybody want to know this one. So what was the outcome?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So for me, my main focus to go to film school was definitely to get the equipment. I wanted the equipment. I thought that was going to put me at another level because it's like the cameras are $10,000. I can't afford a camera. If I go to film school, sure, I'll be in $75,000 debt, but we'll worry about that later. That's what everybody thinks. And if that's a move you want to make because you're going to push toward making sure that you got enough clients to fulfill that role, that's great. But what I found out is it really is all about what you want. So like, I realized while I was in film school that it wasn't necessarily film that I wanted to do. I wanted to teach. I wanted to make my own personal content. I wanted to do tech reviews. So film school was really for me to be able to get the equipment, one, and two, to basically learn the settings, learn anything that I thought maybe they could teach me that I wasn't learning at home off of YouTube for free. And overall, what I will say is, I don't know. I don't feel like I got $75,000 worth.
Oh.
No.
Okay. All right. Now we're about to start the fight.
Okay.
Okay.
For me, on my perspective, I say I'm with you on that. Especially with the 75K. Like,
yeah,
a lot of the stuff we could learn on YouTube, other things that we probably could have. The only thing that I feel like I loved about Full Sail, I'm kind of on a different side than he is. Because I did want to learn how to shoot films. Like, that's what I wanted, TV shows, films, you know. So it taught me that, and it put me into the field to make me do that work, you know, where I wouldn't have done it by myself. So it kind of was a great learning experience for me from on my end, but I feel like we didn't learn enough. I learned more when I was out of school, if that makes sense, you know. So
let's clear the air. Clear the air. When you say, because Cody said he didn't get 75K worth, and knowledge, you say, Cody?
Yeah, definitely in knowledge.
But you got it worth of quote unquote equipment.
No, not
you
even
didn't
equipment.
Get equipment.
No.
Okay, how much of this?
The lights we got are terrible.
Yeah, the lights were trash. The lights were like eBay, Amazon lights.
Okay, yeah. And the camera was like the biggest.
The camera was a big,
I heard
top-notch camera.
Top-notch camera, a very decent laptop. It was a 2021, about the newest, and it was a 16-inch at the time. Yeah. So I mean, it was great, but nah, if you add up the actual value, nah.
Okay. So what was it that y'all wish was different?
For me, I feel like I wish we would have learned more. I feel like because there's things in the film industry once you get out of school that you learn that they didn't teach you.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a focus puller. There's a lot more to when you're on actual sets. Yeah. You know, so it's not just a cinematographer like we were taught. You know, we were kind of taught like how to make the image look decent. But man, I learned so much. Like for example, I don't use 3-point lighting. Like I rarely use 3-point lighting. Most of my lighting is 2-point or
sometimes
one with practical lighting in the back. You know what I'm saying? That's my lighting. I don't use 3 lights the way they made us do it. Like, it's just a lot, bro. But I agree with Cody, man. I definitely do.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say. I would say if I wanted things just a little bit different, I definitely agree. We could have learned a whole lot more. There was a lot of stuff, like, for instance, I was given an opportunity, what I thought was going to be a great opportunity, to go do a big set in Orlando, get flown out from Full Sail. Okay. And what I realized was the tools that they needed for the job, they didn't give us. They didn't teach us the knowledge that we needed for the job. Like you said, the focus puller, they needed a focus puller. We didn't have that. Not only the equipment, we didn't get taught how to do that. So that was definitely a learning curve.
It's kind of like a entry level type of thing. Like, if you don't know nothing, it'd be good for you.
Yeah.
If you know a little bit, no.
Yep.
That ain't for 75K. You tell me if I know a little bit, I can't get nothing. You know,
you're going to get the experience as far as they're going to make you shoot shorts, make you do commercials, make you do this. They're going to make you do that stuff. But if you got the will and the drive, you can do it yourself.
Yeah, you'll be right. So, you know, the average course price is probably between $500 to $2,000. So what's the big difference here? I'm just curious.
The gear, about it.
That's the selling point. I
That's
think
the selling point,
that's
yeah.
really what gets people to come in. I mean, that's what got me to come in. And in fact, I know that to be true because the person who actually told me about Full Sail, his point to go in was to get the gear also.
So everyone just see this Full Sail University pop up on this ad, pop up on this TV, wherever it popped up.
Yep.
And the first thing that y'all hear is the equipment. I mean, I know they're
Well,
not leading with it.
Me personally,
Yeah.
I was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like I could tell you a little bit about my personal life
yeah,
that
let me hear
helps you. So I was a bad kid. I was like in the streets a lot, you know, in and out of different things, you know. So I wanted to find something that, you know, I could do because I was a rapper and I was fading out of that stage of my life and I wanted to stay in the entertainment industry and this was my chance and you know, coming out of, you know, I was locked up, prison and stuff like that. So coming out, I was given the opportunity to go to Full Sail, so I took it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I went personally.
Okay, that's good. I mean, so you feel like it turned your perspective around and get you a path to just
Do
chase
better,
something
bro.
like,
Do way better. You know, like I was on a bad path while I went to Full Sail. You know, like well, not right before because I had kids. You know, I had kids. I got I got 3 kids now. But I had kids. But
so now we chasing dreams, getting things off the ground.
Right.
I like that. Okay.
Thank God, man. I own my property. So I can chase my dream. You know.
Yeah. That's good, bro. That's good. That's good. Cause I'm just saying, I'm the only reason why I say I'm the oddball, cause I had the experience in my life as well, and it kind of shifted my perspective into I gotta find a way. So I started doing different things, trying to figure it out, and the camera kind of fell in my hand because I was doing network marketing companies, trying to figure it out. So then I just grabbed my phone, start vlogging. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is a cool little trait. And then I met some guys with cameras in their hand. I always found some type of interest. I'm like, dang, bro, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know. But anyway, long story short, it kind of fell in my lap personally, and I didn't get a chance to go to no school. I bought some courses, of course, but that was the closest thing I knew to even being able to learn this. Cause I didn't know you can go to school for this at first.
Right.
So to hear experiences like this, but then I'm getting a bad notion out of it too, because a lot of people like, I low key wasting my time, I wasting my money, knowing that there was other courses out here that could teach them more and put them in a better position. Real quick, if you're someone that want to create high quality videos and you need a little push and you need a little bit more education on how to do so, Course Creator Academy has your back. We have one-on-one classes and virtual classes for you all where we can schedule a time in the day and put you guys in our online course so that way you guys can learn everything you need to know on how to achieve high quality videos.
Also, don't forget, follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, to learn more about what Course Creator Academy has to offer.
I will give Full Sail the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Because at the school, from the people I talked to, it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
So they did learn about the stuff that you learn on the bigger sets.
Okay. You're saying on campus?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
On campus, they learned a lot more than we did.
Yeah, I was on
Yeah, I did hear that too. They actually
Because
had a stage and they could work out of it and stuff. So
And they work with Aries and all
Aries,
sorts of cameras. So you have to have a focus puller with an Aries. So it's kind of mixed, bro. It just depends on what you want to do. I do think the online schooling is way too expensive.
way too expensive.
You don't really get no hands-on learning like that. You have to learn on your own.
So the memo is online school is not as good as in person, is what you're trying to tell me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I think, to be fair, honestly, if they're gonna do $75,000 for in-person tuition, go ahead and cut that in half for $35,000.
35 would have been a great price.
35 is fair.
Plus the camera equipment.
Plus the camera equipment. Yeah.
Great price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And they gave y'all like homework assignments and everything online.
Yeah.
Just like they would on campus, except for they would say, okay, today is practice day or etc.
Right. You got to go practice yourself and turn in the assignment, and it's all up to you.
Yeah.
And then you're working with people who really, like I had friends on a lot of my projects for school that didn't really want to do the gaffer, the grip, the other stuff that you got to do. So, at school, you're working with people trying to do exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So let's talk to the people that's watching. Let's get a little bit off of the, downplaying the school.
Yeah. Now, shout out for say I do love you. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love you.
Don't hate me.
I had fun. I got to come to Full Sail twice and visit in person, so I had a great time. It was an experience. I say that.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's pivot into, giving people some type of knowledge on, after you went to Full Sail. Now, what are some things you're working on now and what you learned after being out of Full Sail and et cetera?
Well, for me, I shot my first feature film, and I learned everything from that point after, because I shot it while I was in school. So after that, I kind of wanted to quit school because it was like, man, I know way more than what they know.
Oh my!
Yeah,
So we
I
back.
felt
We back.
that. Yeah, we back.
Yeah.
I felt that.
So we back.
But so as far as like learning experience with Full Sail, I mean, with Fi, the movie I shot, I learned you need a team. Man.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
for
do everything yourself, bro. Like I pretty much, as good as the movie looks, you wouldn't think I shot it myself, but I did. I shot it maybe 2 or 3 people on off days, and
Yeah.
but what I learned, bro, is how to shoot a film. You know, what it takes, the things that it takes to pitch the movie to companies. Like, it's not just the film. Once you shoot the film, you got other things behind that. You know, you got the promotion, you got the distributing companies that you got to deal with, because you can't just call Netflix. You can't just talk to Netflix. You have to go through a
Party.
exactly a third party, and that's what I learned, bro. I learned a lot about how to use my camera properly, you know, far as like film wise, how to, you know, I wouldn't say make it cinematic, but just learn different techniques with movements and shot choices that I like, and you know, that I like personally. If I give you any advice, I would tell you, you know, find your style of shooting and stick to it. Don't let nobody tell you how to shoot, because you know how I was taught to shoot is not really how I shoot today. So it's kind of like my own style of how I like it. So yeah, I mean,
That's great insight, because we tell our students all the time, we'll teach you the way that you're taught, but then we're also going to tell you what you can do outside of the traditional follow these instructions.
Yep. You got to know the rules to be able to break the rules.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit deeper, because you said you know how to shoot, or you said you didn't want to use the term cinematic, but in your perspective, what is cinematic shooting in your eyes?
the movement, the lighting. Lighting is number one.
Okay. Now, when you say
Simply-
movement, you know, break that down.
Just simple movements on whether it's a pan, whether it's a tilt, whether it's whatever, however you use it. It just depends on how you want to shoot. You know, low end, high end, just different angles, create certain things, and you know, shooting on the shadow side. It's just a lot of things that you learn as you get. We was taught, but I've also learned more about those things. You know, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot, bro. Like, you have to ask me a specific question.
Okay. So when you shoot in your film, because I'm sure you got a shot list. And so what are some of your favorite shots that you'll go to make it look cinematic?
Okay, it ain't a specific shot. To me, cinematic is about lighting.
There you go.
Yep.
It's simple as that. The lighting is what makes it what you call cinematic. Not necessarily even the movement, but the lighting. If you could get some Rembrandts or, you know, something like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's just, I'm a doer. I'm not a teacher. You know, that's my hardest thing, is that I'm a doer, bro. You know, so.
Ain't no wrong being a doer, man. I actually just made a video about surrounding yourself by more doers, because if you're not a doer, 9 times out of 10 you're an overthinker.
Exactly.
So it's only 2 options out of this: overthink or take action, like Nike said.
Yep.
Exactly, bro. That's why I'm out here in Georgia, man. Shooting my pilot out here. I took the risk, spent my money on it.
Yeah.
Met a lot of good people on the way. And hopefully we pitch the Hulu and
Get it going.
get that $1 million deal and go.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Now, one thing I do want to give credit to Full Sail for also is, you know, after Full Sail, I went to PA to the PA Assistant Academy and see if that's something I want to do, production assistant. And I figured out real quick it wasn't. When I found out how many hours they're going to be on set, how little they get paid, how much they get disrespected. Anyway, long story short, I said, no, that ain't me. But Full Sail, where I'm giving credit, is it made me want to teach. It made me realize where they fell short. It made me realize what actually I needed to know in the field and I didn't get taught. So that actually made me want to come together with JB here and start Course Creator Academy. So that's a good point.
Different insights in one thing.
Yep.
People, I also made a video about this. It's about perspective. You know, we all can see the same thing and be in the same opportunity, but we'll see it in all 3 different ways. So that's what I like about the opportunity, and that's why I wanted to come together. It was like, okay, this is perfect, Cody. Because I feel like the oddball, you know, so I ain't going to field school, but I feel like I know enough information to still produce a great product.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, bro. You don't have to go to film school. Film school is for people who are trying to learn something like new.
Yeah.
But since you're already a videographer, it's nothing to transfer to being a cinematographer, because the only difference is lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, the only difference is lighting and shot choices. So we break how we shoot when we shoot. we're looking for we might shoot one scene or one shot 7 times, whereas a videographer, he's going one time trying to pick, you know, and then he'll pick through it and come up with a collage of things. Like we're just a little bit more planned out than a videographer. That's it. It's only real difference.
Yeah. I agree.
I like that. That's why. The faster you can go to a cinematographer, the better you'll really understand the skill. That's one of the things I'm starting to learn myself, you know, because like I said, me out here on my field trying to figure it out on my own. Of course, with my team, Cody, but we come up with different game plans all the time to try to figure out, okay, how can we maximize? How can we turn this person into this person to chase this desired goal that they have?
Yep.
And we just like to give different insights from different people because we all know all this thing when it comes to video. You start with the settings, then after that you gotta learn how to frame, and then you start learning all the other audio, and then we get to lighting. You know what I'm saying? We got all these different things. So I just want to hear.
You broke down perfect. You gotta learn how to frame first. That's
You gotta go ahead and get it.
A lot of people do too much headroom.
Yeah.
They're not ruling. They don't use their rule of thirds. These are things
That's the
that we
biggest
did
two.
learn.
Yeah.
That's the biggest two right there.
real.
Headroom and rule of third, and then you got a cinematic shot. Once you do that, you got lighting. Once you have the lighting, cinematic.
You're in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and JB here is actually a good case study for someone who didn't go to film school because I can honestly say, and I'll put it out there, I've learned a whole bunch from JB outside of film school. So like after I left film school, I continued studying, and I feel like I went to the school with JB. So, you know, we started Course Creator Academy with it, and it just worked.
Yeah. No, that's how it goes.
Man, videographers, you can learn a lot from videographers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a cinematographer because I feel like videographers are better at movement.
Yeah.
To me, because they do weddings, they do music videos, and a lot of that is movement based.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you want to learn how to do good movement as a cinematographer, go to a videographer.
Go back to the basics.
Yep.
Because you think a lot of cinematographers lose the fundamentals is what you're saying?
Yes, they do. They try to, you know, give it this look instead of being more simple with things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everything don't got to be complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't got to be all tripod all the time. We can pull out this gimbal
Exactly.
and get this nice little follow.
Exactly.
Don't always got to be Wes Anderson style.
That's a good point though, because I can see how people can get stuck in one way and forget about, okay, look, you know, we can downplay this a little bit.
Yep.
Okay, and no matter what kind of camera it is, you know, if it takes two,
The camera really don't matter, bro. I learned that I've shot good shots with my iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, it's just about learning the settings and knowing what to shoot.
Yeah. Have you tried to do a film with your iPhone yet?
Nah, but I want to so bad.
yeah.
Please give me a chance. Back in the city, if y'all see this, because a lot of my people gonna see this
Yeah.
podcast. Hey, look, when I get back home, I'm trying to do an iPhone something.
Okay. He said, I don't care.
I want to
video,
prove,
documentary.
music video. Give me a chance with the iPhone. I don't gotta bring my big camera out all the time, man.
Yeah. He said, hey, just let me bring out the phone. What phone you got? You gonna use
16 Pro
Got
Max.
it. Yeah, you maxed out. You gonna shoot in the ProRes and all that?
Not raw.
Raw.
Yeah.
I'm a raw shooter for sure.
Better have an extra hard drive on that thing.
Yeah, they got
Facts.
So how would you do the audio if you were to shoot on an iPhone? We're doing a short film. Would you use external audio, in-camera audio?
Lavalier. I would probably use Lavalier. Try to hide it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What kind of your best option?
What kind of lavalier do you suggest to everybody?
I like DJI, like what y'all using. I really like DJI. DJI is a fan. I like Parasonic a little bit. I like Rode. Those are the 3 best ones.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you wasting your time.
You wasting your time. And you use do you use boom mics on set?
Yes. I use Rode. I use some Sony.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm a Sennheiser guy.
okay.
Yeah. Sennheiser me. Give me that.
A lot of
But
people
nah,
like
roll
Shure,
tough,
but
roll tough.
Sure. Matter of fact, I just bought a Shure mic.
Yeah. Roll tough though. They're very much so directional. You don't have to worry about all the extra.
I like their boom mics more than their lav mics.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the A-booms.
You use gimbals. And the gimbals.
I do. I got one in my car right now.
Yeah.
But
DJI for the gimbals.
I use the Crane 3. I can't
The
say
Xinjiang.
But DJI, man, come on. I love that. I just had that so long. I ain't see a reason to get another one, you know?
Okay. So now let's come back to our people that want to learn and they see you as a cinematographer. Guys, He want the next. Tell me your Instagram right quick.
I have two, but I'd rather you prefer to follow my business, MAIZAI Productions.
Okay.
Mazai Productions, MAIZAI Productions.
Okay, now let's talk to the VRs that want to become cinematographers.
Yeah.
Now we already talked about how you make a shot a little cinematic and all that extra stuff, but what does it mentally take? You know, is it? I know you said the doers too, but you know what I'm saying. What does it take? Because you on this journey right now.
I mean,
So tell them like, okay, why are you leaving North Carolina to try to do a pilot, bro? You could have did that where you was at.
good question, right? Good question,
Try to
right?
just give them a deeper perspective on what a cinematographer hunt for. You know, because videographer, they always just trying to find retainer clients, the next gig.
As a
different for
cinematographer,
me.
you're looking for the shot.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
You're looking for the shot. You're looking for that shot that blows your mind. The one that says, wow.
Yeah.
The one that you're like, oh my God, I'm so proud. And I got a lot of them now. I even got some on this road that I cannot wait to show you guys that I took. But man, ultimately, what I'm looking for is to get back on set.
yeah, yeah,
Simple as that.
yeah. Get that thing going.
These jobs are good. The music videos, the weddings, the podcasts, the interviews. They're all good, bro, but ultimately at heart, I want to shoot films, TV shows.
Yeah. And so we chasing that dream of trying to get on more TV shows and do more short films. And
No,
crank-
not
you
even really
crank your
short
own.
films, man. I've did so many short films. I'm kind of
You good
I'm burned out on short films.
So you want to stick to like your own company doing your own thing, or if somebody come in right now on the network, like, hey, well, I need you to come be our cinematographer.
I would do it.
Okay.
I would take that job. Yeah,
Okay.
but I really want to build my company.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. At the same time.
But yeah.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. And what does it look like when you have a company as a cinematographer or you doing big production work? What does that look like? Or based off what you've seen? Because I know right now we're trying to get there. But based off what you've seen, what you experienced off what you saw in different creators that was in it.
I mean,
did you
it's
talk to them, get some of their experience?
Yeah, bro, but
If we could make your videos go from this to this to this, would you say it'd make your editing process a whole lot easier?
Here at Course Creator Academy, we didn't only think about ourselves, we thought about you. We took the time to create LUT packages for you to make your editing process a lot faster and easier, simply by click and drag.
And right now, you can get all of our premium LUTs inside of one package sent straight to your inbox. No subscriptions needed.
And did I mention, we made these LUTs for one of the largest editing platforms out right now, which is Premiere Pro. So go ahead and head over to CourseCreatorAcademy.org to grab your LUTs today. But we're just trying to get deeper on what like the end result looks like. You know, for someone that's a cinematographer already, we can talk to them right now.
But what makes it harder, bro, is that I'm a cinematographer, I'm a producer, I'm an editor, I'm a director. I could do anything on the set pretty much, you know. Like I learned so much on the set over the past 6 months. I could
to
do
be
anything.
diverse. That way, in case you need to step back, like, I got it, I direct. Hey.
That's what makes it even better, bro, for me sending footage to editors because I am one. So I know what they're looking for when they get to that point.
Yeah.
Man.
What's your favorite role though? Because I know you can do it.
Director, 100% director, 100% director, bro. I love cinema. I love being a cinematographer too. That's what I do most. But as far as directing, bro, I love it.
What you like about directing? What's so
I'm a control freak, bro. I'm a control freak.
Oh,
so,
God.
I mean,
Is that good or bad?
I think it's good in my field.
Yeah.
It could be good. I
It
guess
could be good and
director,
bad. Yeah, as a director, as a cinematographer, it ain't. But as a director, it is.
Okay, so help me out. Help me explain.
Okay, so as a director,
I'm just
it's
learning
good because you know you need that leadership. You need that dominant personality to be a director because you're controlling actors. You're controlling, you're controlling a lot.
Yeah.
As a cinematographer, you can't really be that way because it's teamwork.
Play your role.
It's teamwork.
Yep.
As a director, you're controlling things. As cinematographer, you're playing a part of a team.
Yeah. Okay. And you help with the script and all that as a director too, or?
They look over it. I'm a writer too, by the way, too. I forgot to throw that in there. I'm a writer too. I actually wrote my first film, so I'm a writer too, but man.
If a client asks you to pull up to just shoot versus they ask you to pull up and now you got to direct, you got to shoot, like,
which one would I rather do?
Or will your budget goes up, right? Or do you just keep the same? Because I know a lot of people, I've even done it where it's like, if I pull up to a shoot and I'm just pointing the camera and shooting, I'll charge a price. And if I pull up and I'm directing, I might even charge the same price. But we all know that that's 2 different prices.
Yeah,
That's a
for
lot more
sure.
work.
Bro, my price is usually like 12 to 1500. That's why, for 12 to 1500 you can get me for something. Trust
Right.
me. But I do lower it for certain things, certain people, certain things, But ultimately, bro, that's kind of what I choose because I believe in my craft. You know, you're not coming to do a video with me or music. You're coming to get the Yoda experience.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. That's my nickname.
Yeah.
You coming to get the Yoda experience.
Experience. I like that.
So I'm not just gonna just shoot you. I'm gonna write with you. I'm gonna be hands on with the editing with you. I'm gonna be everything with you. It's not gonna just be a 1-day event and I'm gone.
Yeah. Okay. So you would never come back and do event videography, nothing. Just straight.
Actually, I did one in Savannah, where I just left from.
Yeah.
I just did an event in Savannah, and so I would, but
That's not your passion. You don't want to be there. You say I'm just here for the network, expanding my name.
Yep.
yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, bro, I pick up jobs on the way.
Yeah.
The real estate lady. Shout out to her in Savannah. She hits me up, and Athens. My bad.
Yeah.
And she hit me up while I was out there and was like, "Can you do some content for me?" Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Got right with you.
I'm gonna get some money, bro.
He said, "Oh no, I'm not gonna just let it pass. I know the skill."
Yeah,
No,
I
that
ain't gonna-
makes sense. So that's also another thing to tell videographer. We also talked about pricing and stuff like that, but we also had this ultimatum. Or however you say that word, I think I said it right. Where if you are someone that need money, yes, okay, take the $200 gig. But then if you're someone that's, hey, look, I'm good. I really want to just chase my dream. Stick with the
To the dream. That's what I do, bro.
Yep.
I mean, because I got people in my city, they want to do 500-700, and I show love sometimes. I do. I really do, bro. Like I show a lot of love in my city because I want people in my city to win.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, the reason why, like I said, I charge. I know it's high, it's expensive, bro. But like I said, if we did a music video or something, the reason why I would try to charge that price is I'll be with you for 2 days. I don't really do a day shoot ever, unless it's an event.
Yeah.
But if you're paying me for that, I'm coming 2 days.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 till we can get this perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think clients realize that the more money, I ain't gonna say the more, but as long as you pay your cinematographer or videographer what they're asking, you're gonna get the good work.
You're gonna get the great work.
If you start paying less, the less that they're gonna care. And it's not just about caring, it's like I may have to be in another place to do another shoot so I
Exactly.
can make up the money that you didn't give me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's why even if I take 500, bro, I'm the type. If I took 200,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my all.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Every single
starting
time.
to think pricing is just a reflection of the client, man.
Yeah.
If the client is a $500 person, we
That's
gonna
what.
start thinking
Give them $500 quality
Yeah.
product.
Yeah, and then we're gonna start in our mind thinking 500 too much, cause this person barely just
Just
scraped the
barely
bowl with
scraped
the
the bowl.
500.
Yep.
So I think it's just who you talking to.
It is,
that'll
bro.
help you just be like, if someone you say 15 and they say let's go, you gonna be like, damn, I need to be at 2,500.
I'm gonna give you another example too, bro. It's about moving from where you're from too.
Yeah.
Cause
That's a good thing.
Cause
People
like
where
out
you're
here,
from,
bro,
yeah.
I've been getting clients out here in Georgia crazy.
Yeah.
That I don't really get necessarily home. I have to travel to get the clients.
Yeah.
And y'all would probably come to my state and
do the
chill.
same thing.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just always like the new kid on the block. The new kid in school always gets the
Yep.
he gets the girls. He gets everything because he's the new guy. You know.
Yep.
That is a true thing. I actually heard that too. Where they say when you move to, if you want to know if you really good at your skill, move to a new state.
Yep.
And if everybody start buzzing at you, you pretty good at your skill. Because they always say your hometown not gonna really support you.
Yeah, and speaking of different perspectives, I've heard another perspective on this. They say if your city ain't fucking with you, what make you think another city will? So
That's
hey,
a
it's
two
just-
different perspectives,
it's two different
bro.
perspectives.
And that's I see that, but I would say that goes for people who live in bigger cities.
Yes.
Because I'm from a small town and they know me from the.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of love.
Yeah.
I'm talking about work though.
Yeah.
We're not
Yes.
talking about that's two different things.
I mean, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
good job, fireman.
Right. We don't need that.
That don't help.
Give me
That's-
some
yeah.
money, man.
Give me some money.
Give me some money, man.
I need something in my pocket. My pocket's getting flat. But nah, I feel that. Okay. All right, man. Well, we just want to have you come on. Have you heard of Greenlit ATL? Okay, bet. I'm gonna have to put you down after this. But we appreciate y'all for tapping in. We just wanted to bring another creative on that's also a cinematographer. You can check him out on Instagram. Can you tell me your Instagram?
Mazai again, Maizai Productions. I do got a personal, but I really don't care about that. Follow the business, and that is me.
And until next time, I hope you learned something. We'll see you then.